There is a war you've never been told about. It doesn't wear armour. It doesn't fire guns. But it has casualties. Every day. Every hour. And the front line is not out there. It's in here. Behind your eyes. Between your thoughts. Beneath the noise. It's the war for your will, your discipline, your self-respect. Modernity does not attack with violence. It whispers. It comforts. It tempts. It tells you, you've earned the rest. You deserve the scroll. Take the day off. And men fall. Not with screams, but with silence. Not from wounds, but from comfort. Because comfort kills character. And the man who forgets that forgets himself. Every man is born with a gate. Some never see it. Some never guard it. Some never let anything through. But not you. You're waking up now, aren't you? You're seeing the gate for what it is. The entry point to your mind. The access panel to your soul. The front door to the house you live in. Thoughts come knocking. Habits come knocking. Beliefs, distractions, temptations. They all want in. They all want a room in your temple, a seat at your table, a voice in your head. But you choose what enters. You stand guard. Because you've learned. The unguarded mind is a public toilet. Everyone shits there. No one cleans it. The sovereign man cleans his own house. He checks every thought for weapons. He checks every belief for poison. He checks every impulse for weakness. He does not allow parasites to disguise themselves as pleasure. Because once they're in, they build nests. They breed. And before long, you start calling them your personality. The architect isn't loud. He isn't flashy. He isn't looking for applause. He's deliberate, measured, precise. He sees life as structure, as blueprint, as sacred geometry in motion. And the mind is his raw material. He doesn't build by accident. He doesn't build by feeling. He builds by truth. He knows every word spoken is a brick. Every action is a beam. Every repetition is cement. And if you don't build yourself, they'll build you with cheap walls, crooked frames, and windows that never face the sun. The architect rewrites the floor plan. He chooses austerity over chaos. He trades comfort for clarity. He trades noise for signal. Because what he's building isn't a house. It's a temple. And temples don't bow to trends. They don't chase moods. They rise. They anchor. They stand. They sold you ease and called it freedom. They sold you food and fed you disease. They sold you sex and left you empty. Modernity is a trickster god. It smiles wide and stabs slow. It says, don't suffer, we'll make it easy. But what it calls ease is erosion. Erosion of spine, erosion of fire, erosion of memory. You forget what you were. You forget what you are. And all for what? A little numbness? A little relief? A little distraction? But the cost is your crown. So the sovereign man pays a different price. He pays in sweat, in silence, in solitude, in truth. Because he knows. It's better to bleed in discipline than drown in indulgence. There is a moment, a line in the dirt, where the man who remembers makes his vow. He doesn't announce it. He doesn't need witnesses. He doesn't perform. He just knows, right there. No more. No more lying to himself. No more swallowing stories. No more negotiating with weakness. He will rise, not for trophies, not for attention, but because it is what must be done. The sovereign man walks into his fire. He shakes the hand of his shadows. He stops outsourcing his chaos. And he reclaims the keys to his mind. And when temptation returns, he meets it at the gate and says, not here, not anymore. Accountability is not punishment. It is privilege. It is power. It is the clean weight only a sovereign can carry. Because to say, this is mine, is to claim dominion. This pain, mine. This failure, mine. This pattern, mine. This body, mine. And through that ownership comes liberation. Because no man can fix what he will not own. But the sovereign man, he owns everything, even the ugly, especially the ugly. He digs, he excavates. He doesn't decorate the rot, he removes it until what remains is sharp and clear and unshakable. So we return to the gate, to the threshold, to the quiet moment between thought and choice. You'll face it again today. You'll face it tonight. You'll face it every hour of every cycle. And every time, you must choose. Let the noise in, or raise the gate. Let the world write your code, or speak from signal. Fall asleep in your temple, or stand in full guard. You know the price. You've lived it. You've worn it. But now, you wear something else. Discipline, order, clarity, peace. The kind of peace that only comes when a man holds the line. So hold it.